This week. God, I'm not sure if I was here. Were we here last week? It's been a long week. Let me just get the stream up, and we should be good to go. Here it is. God, it looked very weird for a minute. Yeah, we're back with Vietnam. Obviously, not the favoured track of everyone. And yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting. In terms of the way this track drives, obviously Sector 3 is basically a no overtake zone. It'll be very ballsy and maybe in some people's eyes stupid to try and go for a move there. A lot of moves will be made on going onto the long back straight where the DRS can be opened, and moves can be made much quicker. I've got NUF1 Brandon saying hey. What's up, man? We are made up of quite a few reserves today, as obviously the permanent drivers aren't too happy with obviously the calendar and some can't attend as work's restarting at the moment. So at the moment you may see a bit of a dip in attendance from some of our divisions, but that is purely down to people returning to work and other things like that. So yeah, it's a bit of a difficult time for us at the moment as a group, but yeah, I've completely forgot. I'm going to do the 1 minute silence now. But yeah, I'll start now. Right, we are ready to go racing with these guys. Yeah, hopefully you guys are going to enjoy this race, as Fatality has joined now. Obviously a little bit late, but we are expecting one more driver to join us in that mark. Obviously people getting confused with the summertime saving. Well, the daylight saving hours that only England does, only Britain does for some reason. But yeah, went backwards an hour, I think it is. So, or is it forwards an hour? Forwards an hour, I think we went. So yeah, we are a little bit earlier than what some countries would be. 7 p.m. for some. Well, sorry, 5 for GMT at the moment, and obviously I think it's 5 or 7. Either way, we're an hour either side. I never realised. But yeah, we're on board at the moment with Maz at the moment in this Pink Panther car. I always seem to find myself looking at this car in Division 2. Not quite sure why. I just think it's such a pretty car. We're going to miss it next season. Yeah, a car that I'm going to miss next season on a track I'm not going to miss next year. So I guess it kind of balances it out all a bit, but yeah, I remember me and Robbie did name all of these straights, but to be honest, don't remember what they were. So I'm 90% sure this was the wine gum sector or something stupid like that. But big weave in by Maz there. Warming up those tyres. I just hate this sector 3. It just feels so, yeah, patched together, almost like a kid's just decide to try and draw a straight line or something. But yeah, not ideal as well. This last corner as well is very unforgiving in the way of literally you're trying to get as close to that wall as possible, and you really don't want to clip it, or else yeah, you've just gone past the pit and you've got to do a whole lap with no front wing. Because I do believe last season, at the end of last season, we did see Emerson end up crashing as well, coming out of the last corner of that. And we didn't end up managing to have a stream on Thursday, as Maz's internet didn't like it all too much. But yeah, Chapelele did end up winning that by a fair distance as well. So yeah, he's basically confirmed himself as with the championship there. There is 6 races left to go for Division 1, and obviously 7 including this one for Division 2. But no, we're looking very, very solid so far. Division 2 looking better than it's ever looked before, to be honest. A lot of reserves around. But yes, there's always a possibility of a 3rd division next season with the amount of reserves we do actually have now. We could end up putting together a 3rd division. There's a Williams way off there. Not quite sure. I think that's Ryan Van Doom. Yeah, off by a country mile there. Not sure what he's doing or anything, but Maz is going to be coming across around now, and going to come across a line, do a 1:35.211. We'll see how that is relative to everyone else going to be coming through, as Codfish has completely messed up his lap, and yeah, it's not looking all that good. Obviously the Williams of there's been contact between the 2 cars, and I think that it's either Codfish or Mr. Icebreaker hasn't moved out the way for Jonesy and has ended up causing contact with the Renault driver. Obviously not going to be too impressed with that at all. I'm just going to check. I hope that hasn't resulted in any no. Well, Codfish has got, it was Codfish. Mumiesha has left the session. I would assume it's a lag. But yeah, Codfish has got a 5-place grid penalty. I would say deservedly so, if I'm being honest. And Jonesy has got away with one in terms of Codemasters there, but obviously didn't deserve a penalty at all. So yeah, I guess it's all worked out, but yeah, not ideal at all. For the Renault driver, I'm going to sit on board with Fozzie Bears. We've got quite a lot of times in. I've missed a little bit here. NUF1 going fastest with a 1:34.591. Ashvin joining now with Kurtboy in a 34.906, and Maz holding on to that 2nd position. But Fatality with a 35.328. I'm not too sure if he's going to be able to get it through into Q2 based on the Codemasters glitch, where if you join late, you can't get into the next session. So there's a possibility him and Ashvin can't get through, as Ashvin has joined now. But obviously there is those. I thought I'd also bring up, hello Robbie, yeah, we've decided that Twitch is the best way forward for us, in terms of the way to grow this league. So from next week, we're going to be moving everything over onto Twitch. The streams are going to be then uploaded onto YouTube. So if you want to be watching the streams again, they will then be uploaded onto YouTube. But as of next week, we are going to move over onto Twitch full time, as it does, yeah, it seems to work a lot better and give us a lot better sort of ways of communicating with our drivers and stuff like that. But iStreams is on a lap. He's lost his front wing. Codfish is on an out lap again. I don't know why he's on the mediums though. It's a bit of a odd one for him. Envoy completely messing up that turn 2 there by going very, very deep into turn 1. I don't think this is going to be anything spectacular coming through sector 1. We will see very soon though. This Williams is going to be sorely missed by the one that is going to give us sore eyes looking at, with that blue almost underwater look that they've got going on now. Which yeah, just I don't think it looks good at all. But yeah, that is my opinion on that. But yeah, we've got Ashvin on a lap, and Fingerplat, who have just also started laps. So now Envoy is the furthest along on a lap at the moment that I know of, who hasn't actually set themselves a lap already. NUF1, I'm weird, I like Vietnam. Yeah, you are a bit of a freak for liking Vietnam. That's very odd. But yeah, yeah, it's going to be gone next year, luckily enough. Purple Sector 2, I don't believe it actually is a Purple Sector 2 though, as I have seen there's quite a few mistakes on this lap by Envoy, but yeah, hopefully it might be enough to get him through into Q2. I'm not too sure we do. And he's gone deep there as well. It's just not been a good lap for him. And yeah, he's going to be a couple of seconds off the pace coming across the line. It's going to be 37.338. It does put him in P10 out of 12 at the moment. But obviously, we do have quite a few drivers to still come. Now, I'm just trying to sit on board. Yeah, we are way... We want to be here. This is where Ashvin is coming round the final couple of corners. He's apparently on a 2-minute lap. I don't know if that's true. Yeah, apparently. I guess he was on an out lap. But Fingerplat is going to come round and set himself a 35.871 for himself. Codfish is... gonna be, well, actually Jonesy's gonna be the next one across the line, puts himself in P5. That's a very, very respectable time there by the Renault driver after the collision with the Haas early on, and that is putting him at a 35.504. NUF1 has retired from the session. He's looking very, very strong at the moment. Yeah, so I just thought I'd mention that we are missing Goba because of his he has got some wheel issues at the moment. Yeah, it's Fanatec issues basically, same as what happened to Timo Marduk, if any of you know. Basically, the wheel, if you touch any curbs or anything, just disconnects, and it's impossible to race with. I don't know what happens with Fanatecs at the moment, why they're so sensitive and why they're braking so easily, but yeah, he's not going to be here, so it's going to be the first time, I guess, where he's not going to be competing for a pole position. Cam for pole is what's Robbie's saying, so we are on board with the Red Bull Reserve today. And yeah, he's got onto that curb, which isn't ideal for himself. Obviously, you cannot get the traction down too easily, but it says it's a Purple Sector 2. Again, and not something I'm too sure on. I don't think it is at all. I would have assumed a purple would be in the 7s. But it's looking fairly well linked up at the moment. Going fairly deep into that corner, going to compromise his run round, but... is he going to hit the apex? Going very deep, actually. Maybe missing his braking zone a little bit. Going to be coming through now, keeping it very safe. He's going to do a 37.527. Puts him into P14 at the moment. Not going to be safe as it stands because we've got Energetics and Streams on a lap. Oh god, sorry. Codfish is retired, so he's going to be the first person who does lose their place in Q3. I do believe actually that's a crash. Do we have Envoy is the next man? I would like to see. Oh, Envoy seems to have lost a wing as well. Yeah, he's lost the car there. Envoy's completely lost his wing. This might be an interesting race. If you guys can keep your front wings intact, it seems like you'll be quite a way up the field, the way qualifying's going at the moment. Streams now coming across, well, coming round the final two corners, looking very, very well hooked up. Low on the ARS, so he's definitely been pushing, and he's going to come across the line. It's going to be a 36.69, and that's going to put him in P12 at the moment. Yeah, it does look very much like if you're in the 35s, you're safe, and if you're 36, looks pretty safe at the moment as well. Energetics is the only person who hasn't set a lap. My hair is pissing me off. But yeah, Energetics is the only one who hasn't set a lap as of yet. And, well, is that... I did think he'd crash from it. And will need to set himself a fairly decent time. I would assume he's going to be here trying to compete for pole positions, as he has stuck his line back on. Obviously lost a little bit of pace to what he had when he didn't. He went for a phase with no line, and obviously it has hurt him a little bit in terms of out and out pace, but he's back on no line. He'll be finding his pace fairly soon as well. Oh god, is that Finger Polite? No, it's Colt Absey who's off. I just want to see, he's still got his front wing. Yeah, but it does seem to be very lethal for these guys today. So I'm a bit worried we could have a bit of a stretched out race in terms of not many battles, but I do hope we have some very good battles. This man here, Energetics, one of the highlights of last night though, bringing us some very, very good battles. Half a lap long, 3/4 of a lap long was it, with P's, with the Ferrari versus Mercedes. P's ended up passing him going into the end of sector 2, but definitely put up a very, very good fight, and he's going to be going into turn 1 now. Going a little bit deep there, not being ideal for himself, but obviously there is a lot of a track to make it up this time. All he needs to do is get himself into the top 15 and then he'll be through. 2 minutes left of this session. We've got enough time for everyone to have one more run until it gets to probably about now, where we'll stop seeing people coming out, and it'll just basically be who can get through. Yeah, Envoy is in the pits as well. Shadders is out at the moment on a lap as well. Quite a few people are. It does look like it could be very close in the ways of Multi-Barrick and Move Maestro, seeing if they can get themselves through. Shadders and Energetics are on a lap. And Envoy's actually on a lap as well. He's on an out lap, so if he can improve by 5, 6, 7 tenths of a second, he might be able to pressure the racing point of Multi-Barrick. But obviously that is a maybe. But Energetics looking fairly good coming through this final sector now, and going to be coming past the pit entrance, coming through the final 2 corners, the 2 chicanes, the 2 hard left-handers, the second one being much more unforgiving than the second. But here he comes across the lines of 35.796. That he'll get him safely into Q2. Shadders putting himself into P11. That does knock out Move Maestro from the session. Envoy is going to come around, and he is going to be possibly the last person who can save himself and maybe knock out another driver. I'm not too sure if he's got enough time though, depending on how our time is in comparison to the others. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting as Envoy is going to be coming across a line in a couple of seconds time. Is he going to be able to make it though? This is 3, 2, 1, and he does make it. He makes it dead on 1 second. I mean, you couldn't cut any closer, could you? But here we go. He's going to be on his lap. This is a one-shot qualifying for him to get himself out of Q1 and putting Multi-Barrick down into P16. He doesn't look like he's had a very good run out of there at all, and this could be it for him. I think he's weaving. I think he's given up on it. Up by 3 tenths of a second actually, so maybe he is still going for it. He could still get himself out. Multi-Barrick could be under immense pressure right now, as all he needs to do is gain another 5 tenths, 5, 6 tenths now. Envoy not getting a prime run going through there at all, but all he needs to do is just under a second improvement. And obviously we did see a number of mistakes for the Williams driver going through in here, but here we go, coming round the hairpin now. We'll be able to see his sector 2 time in a very short while, coming up right about now, and he's only a tenth up. He's losing time actually, and it doesn't look like it's going to be enough at the moment for the Williams driver, and the Racing Point driver might be safe, depending on whether there is a big mistake. But it does look like the Williams driver looks very, very wobbly and uncomfortable going around this track. coming through. It does look like, yeah, no, he's dead. Yeah, Envoy's died, and that Marshal doesn't seem to care very much. So anyway, moving on, it's only a death. NUF1 in P1. Ashvin coming through in P2, Fatality in P3, Kurtboy in P4, Maz in P5, Energetics finding himself in P6, Jonesy minding himself in P7, 8th is Icebreaker, 9th is Finger Polite, Ryan Van Doom rounding off the top 10. The people we did lose was Move Miestra, Envoy, Colt Absey and Codfish. Codfish with a 5-place grid penalty, but obviously that doesn't affect him in the slightest now that he has got that 5-place. Well, he is at the back of the grid. But yeah, as it goes, we are on for a very interesting one. Whether the guys outside the top 10 may struggle to get themselves inside the top 10 is a different question. There is a very split strategy here as well, whether you qualify on the mediums or the softs. And yeah, we could be seeing not many mediums or busts. As Cameron says, Kmart, because apparently he's American. He just killed himself, just witnessed a suicide. His Leon controller broke, so he won't be racing. It's unfortunate. And yeah, look, we are down to 14 actually, and Fatality has made it through. Ashvin hasn't, and we've missed someone else. Someone else has been kicked out of this session that shouldn't have been. And I'm not too sure who it is. It's Limitless here is out in force supporting Fingerplate. Obviously, his wheel is dead. It's committed suicide. It's very much on the ropes. It's in hospital, I would assume. But yeah, no. Hopefully, he gets that sorted ASAP. Wait, what's happened to Ashvin? He was saying, what's happened to Ashvin? I can tell you exactly what. Because he's joined late, Codemasters have this glitch where it won't allow you to advance through Q1. Fatality, I think, got very lucky with it, but yeah, Ashvin will be starting from P15 down to a Codemasters glitch because he has joined late. There's nothing anyone can do about it. It's kind of, we've got to roll with the punches, basically. The Codemasters built a very, very broken game this year. The driving in this game was so much better, but obviously, yeah, it's a lot more broken. Happened again. Yeah, it happens every time someone joins late. There's nothing anyone can do about it, really. The only thing that we can hope is Codemasters patch it at some point, but it doesn't look like they will at any point because, well, they've added a new game, aren't they? But Shadders is going to be the first one to come across the line and set a time if he doesn't invalidate. It's already blinking though. No, he shouldn't be blinking, but okay. Maybe it works differently in qualifying than the race, but coming through 1 and 2. Oop, here we go. Finger Polite Q3. NUF1 is a fast driver. Yes, he is. Yeah, he's got pace. NUF1 does, and we will be seeing, I hope, a little bit more of him. Well, he was competing actually last season, and obviously got a job, so had to drop out. But yeah, would have been in the championship fight possibly for this season if he didn't end up getting that. But yeah, he's going to move in as a reserve, and he's doing quite well at the moment. Shatters is looking fairly good on this lap though, and it does very much look like it's looking clean. Whether it's quick is what we'll find out in a couple of minutes, with obviously coming through. I don't have a data. That's very annoying because I would have liked to see that. Oops, we want that one to no, we want lap data. There we go. And on board with Finger, please. Yeah, I will do afterwards. He is in the pits at the moment, Gobert, so yeah, I can't go on board with him. As he goes 39.6 for Shadow's End. Yeah, this is definitely a just get myself a Delta time. As we do have, is that Ryan Van Doom on a lap? Oops. Yeah, after. Yeah, I'll get on board with Finger Polite for you. As Ryan Van Doom does a 37.485 now. Doing very well for himself. NUF1 is on a lap as well on those medium compound tyres. He's designed that helmet quite nicely actually for the Red Bull. I would assume he's put a little bit of time into that. And not just arrived with a yellow helmet. Because I don't think he's insane. Multi-Barrett going fastest with a 36.814. Doing very solid indeed. I do need to put my phone on charge at some point very soon. So on board with Fatality, I can do. Oh God, is he further along? Yes, he is. 2 seconds. And he does go fastest. Two seconds, sorry. As NUF1 actually does come across the line and go second fastest, 6 tenths off the next driver. We got Finger Polite out, so I will sit on board with him for Gobert because we don't have many viewers at the moment, and I feel like I should be nice to the ones we do have. And what I'll do is while we sit on board, I'm going to put my phone on charge. Oh, yeah, this is probably the main reason we're going on to Twitch now, is because literally we don't get viewers on. We don't actually get viewers in terms of YouTube anymore. Don't really know why, but yeah, it's never really ever peaked above 10. So, yeah. But gonna be starting his lap very soon. It's gonna be interesting. He's set up the softer compound tyre, so I would assume he's gonna go for that soft medium or the soft hard, the one stop. Yeah, there's 2 different strategies around here, pretty much the same in terms of pace, but obviously the soft medium, you are gonna have to pass more drivers on track. Yes. So in S Pacific. It's also, yeah, I think it is a soft medium, what most people will be doing. But obviously the soft hard does work depending on safety cars and everything. But ideally for myself, I'd be qualifying myself on to the softer compound tyres. So I have the option of both the strategies, rather than if I go on the mediums, you have to go a bit longer. And yeah, soft medium, soft works as well. Yeah, it just very much depends on how the race runs. But yeah, Finger Polite looking very nice and tidy going through the S section there, looking like he's got on the throttle quite nice and quick there. And yeah, he's gone for a purple, a sector 1 there, and he could be on for a provisional pole position lap here, as the current one is on the soft. So yeah, it'll be very, very interesting as the AlphaTauri does get out of the way for him fairly quickly indeed. Yeah, coming around the final couple corners, not getting it all right going through there, but being extremely committed going through there. And that is a 35.144, and that should put him through quite comfortably. And yeah, doing very, very good there for himself. But yeah, we've got a couple of guys who aren't looking the most comfortable out here at the moment as well. Jonesy is in the danger area, Fozzie Bear in the danger zone. I would ideally say Maz and Multi-Barrack are also in danger. as well. In terms of drivers I do expect to be seeing in the next is Energetics. Mr. Icebreaker will not be going out or racing today because his controller has broken. His Energetics actually broken his front wing, so he's going to have to come in and pit and see if he can go again. But he's not looking too comfortable at the moment today. And yeah, Shadders is on a hot lap at the moment. Good times for Q2, yeah, very, very good times for Q2. Be interesting to see what Q3 has to offer, obviously. I do believe that Chapelele got a 32 going around here, so, or a 32 or 33, I think it was. So, yeah, it's just, if they can get anywhere near that, that's very impressive for themselves. And, yeah, could be looking at a seat for next season in Division 1. I've got to type myself out, and we're only in Q2. Have a drink. And there we go, Shadows coming across the line, puts him in P9. It's not going to be safe, and I do believe he's got enough time to come around and get himself out again, but obviously not safe at all. Right, whose Shadow's actually gone purple going through the first sector, and we could be seeing him going even quicker. I tell you what, I love this camera angle. The helicopter views are amazing. I tell you, I would love to see a helicopter view for a whole lap and just see what it looks like, because you can see how wide the cars are, how quick they're going. It just looks so much smoother as well. Yeah, I wouldn't mind one for a whole lap. A helicopter view, if I'm being honest. I wish we could pick the views we ended up getting. A bit more like iRacing Spectator, or maybe Assetto Corsa, I think has a pretty good spectator. But yeah, it's very limited in terms of spectating in F1, and I wish there was a lot more detail in it. Could make us be a bit more creative, keep us on the ball. Because at the moment, all we've got is to keep us entertained is the driving, the deltas, and the cinematic cam, really. Shadows goes up into P7, splits the two racing points. Obviously, that is going to then put one of them in more danger than the other. But it does look very, very close from some of them. But yeah, Jonesy on a lap. I think, I'm not sure if he's just completed it or what. I'm just going to sit on board. He does look like he is on that lap now. You really do need to attack that curve to make the car turn. That's basically the way you get around that corner, is literally just ride that curve. Turns the car for you. Jonesy is up on his time by 1/2 of a second now. And well, has invalidated, so yeah, he's very much in danger now. Jonesy is, as we've got Ryan Van Doom as well on a lap. One other person on a outlap, which is Andy Liu, and yeah, we've got then got Q3 to come. What was Energetics doing? I didn't actually see what he was doing, if I'm being honest. But here we go, Ryan Van Doom going up into P3. That's knocking Jonesy out at the moment, depending if he can get himself another lap in. He does look like he's charging himself up for another lap, and he will probably need to do another lap. Was on an outlap trying to slipstream me, got too close. Has there been penalties? No, there's nothing in terms of contact. So I don't know. But I guess that might be where the wing damage came from. Is that, but yeah, Andy Liu on a lap now as well. The person on a lap though is going to be Jonesy. He's got it all to do at the moment. He is going for the mediums though. He's confident on his pace. He's basically drifted his way through that, and I do not believe that's going to do him any favors going through this first sector. He is down by almost half a tenth, and maybe has a little bit more to do. You can basically cut those two curbs there, and just it's a bit of a weird one. If you cut it, you actually get a better angle for the next corner, and gain a hell of a lot of time. It's almost half a second you can gain going through there. But yeah, coming through, we are going to see if he's going to be up on his time. He does need to improve by about 4 tenths of a second to get himself through and knock out Fozzie Bear. But if that's going to be possible, I don't know. Coming through, he's 2 tenths up. He's got 2 tenths to gain now, and this is where it all gets a bit intense, losing the back end of the car. And yeah, it's not looking like the cleanest lap, and he's lost the car and it's all gone. And that is Jonesy out of Q2, sorry. Andy Liu and Energetics both on a lap at the moment as well. They could be knocking out a couple more drivers, as we have just bumped up to 9 viewers all of a sudden out of absolutely nowhere. But yeah, Andy Liu on a lap also, so we'll be seeing that. Is a bit of an end plate gone though, and that could completely ruin the lap. It's going to give quite a fair bit of understeer going through this last couple of corners, and considering the last two are left-handers, and you do need a lot of downforce and a lot of commitment going through the last corner, this could bring her out of the session. Here we go, going through. It's safe going into P2. Multi Barrack is now the one in danger, but Energetics has messed up again, and he is gonna be safe. Multi Barrack is actually living life on the edge today. P15 and P10 going through by 1 position. Each time getting a little bit closer, because Fozzie Bear was only 5 milliseconds behind him. But yeah, that is it for this session. Maz absolutely running it, but going through these last couple of corners. He's not giving it any doubt. I guess he's decided the softs is the best option. Obviously, he is through. Oh, nope, he's decided to break at the line, and he would prefer to go through on the mediums. Maybe just testing his pace and what he can do, but yeah, he is going to be going through on the medium compound tyres. That is fitted and obviously best. There's a bit of a difference, but Energetics at the moment is playing a bit of bump and grind with the wall, and we will be waiting for him to come across the line. Yeah, enjoy that. Yeah, we're just going to watch Energetics just play bump and grind with the wall. Not too sure what's going on here, but yeah, we're just sort of waiting for him to find his way across the line and to confirm his P14. From the start, it's going to be a bit of an uphill battle for this Alfa Romeo driver. Here we go, going across the line, and it is going to be a 2-minute something. But that is it for Q2. Going to be going out of the session is Fozzie Bear, Jonesy, Mr. Icebreaker, who isn't going to be competing today, sadly, and Energetics. Multi Barrack living life on the edge as usual. It seems like he loves it. Shadders, Maz, Kurtboy, Andy Liu, Streams, NUF1, Ryan Van Doom, and Fatality, and Finger Polite with the quickest time of all making their way through. But Fatality looking very, very strong on those medium compound tyres, only 1.5 tenths off Finger Polite on the softer compound tyres. So a lot to look out for, and we will be seeing 10 minutes of basically 2 runs for each driver to see who can get pole position. We are just waiting to get the timer to advance. I just wonder who we're waiting on. I hope no one. One day we will advance. One day we will advance. One day. One day. We will see. Jesus. Let me just ask. Oh, there's been a bit of an argument. Yeah. 18. Oh, question mark. I feel like we've got another glitch. I'm not too sure. Let me just. We just need 3 drivers to leave and rejoin because apparently this game can't work properly. And, yeah, Energetics, Moob and Ryan. Yeah, hopefully they will just leave and rejoin. That is actually the only way to fix it. I'm going to go get out of this chair because it does hurt my back after a while. Oh, God. And sit over here as I'm going to just look at the car. Here we go. We're counting down. As I'm just going to plug us all in over here at the moment. And yeah, I don't understand why there's so many glitches in this game, if I'm being perfectly honest. There's a new one every day, it seems. But yeah, here we go. Q3 coming up. Yeah, there's been a lot of chatter actually. Oh, okay, so Envoy ended up looking a bit squirrely because, yeah, he didn't, have force feedback. As Kurtboy's now left the session, I'm not sure why. Oh, it's all going, everyone's leaving now, but, yeah, we've got Q3 underway. That is a Renault of Andy Liu coming out, who is going to be the first one out on track. I'm just going to stand for Q3. I think we're going to stand up and to watch because, you know, it's just a little bit more comfortable. I do believe some people actually race like this, standing up. You have stand-up desks and everything. Move Me Extra has joined back now. I'd assume we're working hard to get everyone back in the session, but yeah, there we go. Kurtboy's now back in the session. Really not sure why he left, but yeah, Andy Liu is going to be the first one coming across the line as it stands at the moment, but obviously very, very closely followed by what it looks like is Shadders, and then the Ferrari of Finger Polite, then followed by either Multibarrack or Maz. It looks like Multibarrack. Oh, sorry, not Multibarrack, that's a McLaren. As actually, Shadders has gone through, so he will be the first man across the line. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit back down because, oh, I can't see the map very well. There we go. I do want to just quickly check, actually, while we're waiting for lap times. What's Chelsea's score? Please tell me they're losing. Oh, no, they're 3-0 up. For fuck's sake. And let me get back on the channel. And Freddie saying, Father Toby, I am the father. As Shadders is actually starting his lap now, and it looks very much like it's congesting up a little bit on that back second to last corner. People needing a little bit of a gap, trying to obviously give themselves a bit more of a gap than maybe they need. But obviously you want to try and get yourself in that slipstream before the back straight. 1.5 I think is a good amount back, if you can get yourself there, but obviously it's not always possible. Going down the back straight though is Shadders. He is quite a way ahead of anyone else. Actually, there's been a bit of a good bit of gap there moved for them, and obviously they start getting a little bit closer and closer each time. But yeah, it's everyone out on track, so we will be having a quick fire basically, and well, first a couple of laps. I do believe no one's invalidated yet as seen, but obviously I don't know that. Here we go, coming round the final couple of corners, coming round the final two now. Double left-hander, and well, here we go, coming through, and it's going to be a 35.511. Andy Liu going to be coming round now, and that's going to be a 33 there, 792 going through. I'm going to sit on board with iStreams because I'm not going to be able to keep switching as Kurt Boy is invalidated. Finger Polite going through on a 35.794. Ryan Van Doom on a 35.761. Streams on a 36. Then we've got Multi-Barrack on a 35.364. Maz going to be coming across the line at 34.776, putting himself in that P2, but still a second off. Fatality in pole position at the moment. NUF1 with a 33.922, only 2/10 off the next driver, but Kurt Boy is going again. He is the only man who didn't actually manage to set himself a time. Yeah, it's looking very, very well. Actually, Kurt Boy was on an outlap, sorry, which I didn't actually notice. But coming in down the back straight, this is where we're going to be able to see how quick he is compared to everyone else now. Obviously, he will have to get past that McLaren of Fatality. Hopefully, Fatality does see and get out of the way quite nice and quickly. Kurt Boy looking like he's on a fairly decent lap as well, so you do not want to get yourself held up at all. As Fatality, I don't think will, but obviously Dirty Air does play a fact. And there we go, there goes Fatality into the pits, and coming around the final two corners. What is Kurt Boy going to be able to do? I don't think it's going to be a pole position time, as he completely makes up the line for going through the last corner and ends up getting himself into P4. That was a horror show of a last corner for the Mercedes driver. But now we've got Maz coming into the pits. Everyone now slowly coming into the pits, keeping it nice and chill. But yeah, that'll be it for maybe another 2 minutes or so before everyone else decides they're going to come out and try and beat these times. Obviously, it depends who's the first to blink, basically. This is where a little bit of a Mexican standoff can happen. And we can get a bit more intense, I guess. This is where it all matters on this last run. Obviously, Fatality set himself up well for the last run, so is NUF1 and Maz, but obviously it doesn't matter if someone can beat that in coming into the last couple of minutes. Cameron Cross should be me on pole. Well, I mean, if you drove quicker, then it would. But you're slow and shit. Love you, really. But no, Streams is actually coming out rather early. Well, we've got a couple of people who have came out early. Fingerplate is going to be the first man to blink. He's going for the actually quite clear track, but it does look like it's actually got a little bit darker. Whether the track's actually going to degrade over time, or yeah, it might get a bit cooler. Cameron is just thanking me for his motivational speech. But yeah, Fingerplate is going to be the next person, well, the first person to be setting himself a lap on his final run. Going to be very, very interesting, as we've got iStreams as well. The only two drivers out on track, then the others are going to be waiting for the very last second. The latest they can get across is possibly the best track temps they can get as well, and could be improving themselves by a couple of temps. It's always possible. But here we go, coming round the circuit now. We're going to be seeing what he can do. Obviously he's going to be wanting to put himself inside that top 4 or 5, and I do believe he does believe that he can do that at the moment. Provisionally, I would be expecting him to be able to put himself in that top 5 with a 35.3, but obviously anything can happen, as NUF1 has now gone out of the pit, and it looks like the McLaren of Fatality has decided he's going to start coming out of the pits as well. Here we go, Fingerplate starting his lap now, looking very, very good. Fatality getting right out of the way there for the Ferrari driver. Obviously it's not always ideal when you come out as soon as someone else is starting their fast lap, but obviously Fingerplate, let's see what he can do. It's going to be just down by almost a tenth of a second, but obviously there's so much more time to gain in his lap. Coming around the second mushroom, as I like to call it. I'm not too sure if they are, but that's what they're going to be called in real life. But we'll never know, because we're never going to race here. Coming down the long back straight now. You could basically read a book here, a cup of tea, whatever you really want. But coming around this hairpin now, very, very tight. You don't want to be touching that outside curb, and getting the traction down very, very nicely. He wants to be up by about 2-3 tenths. He's up by 2 tenths of a second almost. And here we go, coming in to the last sector. This is where all the time is, though, coming through. And we are going to be seeing what he can do. Is he going to be able to improve his time, or is it not going to be enough? Here we go, coming around the final 2 corners now, looking very, very nicely done there by the Ferrari driver, coming through the final corner, very, very committed there, and he is going to improve into P5. It's a 35.1, and massively improves his time, actually. 6 tenths of a second up is Streams at the moment, and yeah, this track is getting darker and darker, so maybe this is the best time, but yeah, it does look like everyone is out on a lap now. But there we go. Streams are going to put himself up into P6 as 35.147. Maybe that is the time of the track at the moment. But NUF1 is the next man across. Going to be across the line that sets a time. Then it will be Fatality and then Maz. The 3 people I probably would say are shooting out for this pole position at the moment. Well, I mean, NUF1 and Fatality are the ones shooting out. Maz is a little way off, but obviously anything can happen. He could be putting in a banger of a time. But here we go. NUF1 going to be coming through now. Is he going to be able to improve on his time? Coming through the final sector now, looking very, very solid. And obviously these are the last couple of corners that I personally absolutely hate. I think they're disgusting. And there's just no yeah, anything to him. There's no enjoyment out of it. But coming through the last corner, is he going to get it? He's going to put it on provisional pole by almost a tenth of a second. Now, can Fatality respond? He's up by almost half a tenth coming into the last sector. What's he going to be able to do? Is he going to be able to respond? There's only a couple of seconds. This is going to be his last lap of the race. Ryan Van Doom has retired the car now. He's crashed out. Fatality's going to go on pole by 2/10 of a second. Now, Maz is going to be the next person coming across the line. What's he going to be able to do? Is he going to be able to improve by over a second now and challenge for that pole position time? Or is he going to be just trying to improve what he can do in that P3 slot? But here we go, coming across the line. He's going to do a 34.245 and he's going to improve his P3 time, but obviously it isn't really going to do all that much for him in the grand scheme of things. But then again, his teammate is up by 5/10 of a second, so there's always the threat of your teammate. That is one of the inevitabilities in this sport. I mean, unless you're Max Verstappen or Lewis Hamilton. But going to be coming across the line. He's going to be at 34.5, so that is going to put him into P4, and yeah, that would have put Maz down into P4 actually, gone Multi-Barrack into P3. But here we go, Kurt Boy now coming across the line. He's going to be setting himself a 34.3 to 6 and splitting them 2 racing points. And putting the modern day mark in between. As Andy Liu comes across the line, he's not going to be able to improve on his time, and that is going to be our grid for today. Fatality on pole position by 2/10 of a second, then NUF1 in P2, VIL Maz in P3, Kurtboy in P4, Multi-Barrack in P5, Finger Polite in P6, Streams in P7, Shadders in P8, and Ryan Van Doom in P9, not managing to set himself a second time, and Andy Liu not managing to get himself off the bottom of this score sheet and going home in P10. But obviously the points are picked up tomorrow in the race on Sunday, so obviously we will see in a couple of minutes. Don't know why I said tomorrow, because oh no, my controller's died. For God's sake. There we go, we are back. And hopefully we don't get a long waiting period now. I need to take a drink, quickly. Damn, Kurt Boy splitting us. Yeah, honestly, very close actually between the 3 cars. Yeah, Fatality doing a very good job to put himself on pole position. Obviously, his 2 championship rivals are not here today. Well, surprisingly enough, because usually they are, but GoBut's wheels died, and Basil Boy is, I think, busy. But yeah, we've got the race to come now. I've got myself my water, and hopefully we don't see any glitches, because yeah, it's going to be a very sunny one apparently. Yeah, soft, medium, soft, soft, hard, or soft, medium, or for the guys behind, hard, soft, medium, hard, whatever. There's many possibilities. I think you can actually get a medium soft done around here. I think I've seen it done as well. There's just saying no, I didn't ready up with some. Is talk about a Q2 glitch, I would assume. But we did get a formation lap. I thought Maz was a bit retarded again. It has happened once before. As I'm going to take you through the grid now. Fatality on pole position, leading the championship, and it does look like he's very much in pole position to extend his lead on the championship today, and possibly almost take out a contention already. NUF1 is in P2, Maz in P3, Kurtboy in P4, Fingerpolite in P5, Streams in P6, doing very well from Joe. Shadders in P7. I do expect him to be climbing up fairly quickly as well. Ryan Van Doom in P8, Andy Liu in P9, Fozzie Bear in P10, Jonesy is sitting himself in P11, Mr. Icebreaker in P12, Energetics in P13. Then we've got Multi Barrick, who has for some reason been DSQ'd from the session for unknown reasons, and also has been moved down from P5 to P14. I've had the exact same glitch before in Austria, and yeah, there's nothing you can do about it. Again, you've just got to roll with it and probably laugh about it, or you'll probably end up crying. Move Maestro in P15, Envoy in P16, Colt is actually spun, Codfish in P18, and Ashvin rounding off the grid in P19 due to the Codemasters glitch. So yeah, we've got two glitches on display here today for you guys. Yeah, I hope you enjoy them. Not starting P14. Oh, are you in the right position? Nope, he is in P14. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, no, you do have to just sort of roll with it, basically. I had this exact glitch in Austria. You just, yeah, got to laugh about it, or it just ends up getting a bit annoying. Oop. Here we go, and we've got nothing happening. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. A terrible view. Here we go, and away we go for the 8th round of the Vietnamese Grand Prix. Sorry. As we just got a different strategy pop up for us there, but Fatality going through very cleanly in that position. NUF1 losing out massively going into turn number 2, losing out about 4 positions there, and Maz the biggest gainer there with up to P2, Fingerplay in P5, well 3, sorry, as we do have a little bit of a glitch saying move Maestro, and well, I guess he'll enjoy that while it lasted. He was in P1 for a split second, as Kurtboy has now gone round the outside of Shadders, and, well, I do believe Shadders actually on the attack, but Shadders is now under attack by the Alpha Tauri of iStreams. He looks like he's going to be making the move, going down the back straight, and it doesn't, I don't know if this will happen. Obviously, yes, here we go. And is iStreams going to go for the second move? No, he's not, but obviously going to be pinned up against a wall, and he's going to get that move done fairly easily indeed. A Multi-Barrack already up into P10, doing very, very well off the start. Envoy into P11. Jonesy losing out big time. I just want to see, does he have wing damage? No, he's ended up just losing positions. And yeah, maybe just sacrificing the start for the rest of the race, but yeah, Codfish doing very well indeed. Ashvin up into P12 as well from 19. And yeah, it does look like there's yellow flags now as Envoy is into the pits. Fatality going through. I do wonder, there we go, move Maestro into the pits. Andy Liu in the pits as well. And Energetics not. So yeah, I do believe we'll be seeing a little bit of Steward report in there, but Ryan Van Doom trying to go around the outside of Shadders, and that is a ballsy move if I've ever seen one. Shadders is going to have to leave the room, almost pushed into the wall, but Ryan Van Doom leaving the room and Shadders getting himself ahead. Fatality now. Well, virtual safety car actually. What have we had here? Is Colt Absey, it does seem, has lost his front wing. He has had contact with something or someone and has then caused a VSC. The guys at the back are going to be pretty happy about that. It's saved him a little bit of time, but yeah, he is not going to be in the mood at all, and it does look like he's almost going to retire that car in accident very, very soon. But yeah, obviously these guys, Colt has retired from the race, and to be honest, that's on purpose. It doesn't really sit too well with me, that. So that will be mentioned after the race to him. Here we go, as Ice Dreams now going on the attack for Kurtboy, and Ice Dreams actually hitting the wall himself. Just avoiding wing damage because you know what, that's very easy to pick up wing damage with a slight little knock there. And it does look very much like Kurtboy is the cork in the bottle at the moment and is holding up some of these guys. And here we go. Ice Dreams is just, yeah, he doesn't seem to be able to gain. As we've got multi-barrack all over the back. He's on the back of this train. Codfish now being overtaken by Jonesy. Jonesy under attack now by the Haas driver. Is Codfish going to put it down the inside? No, he's not. And Jonesy is going to have that move completed. Getting a bit squirrely on the exit, but obviously now up into P13 and will be looking forward to possibly getting himself inside those points paying positions. Move Maestro down at the back of the grid now. Codfish under attack by Energetics. Energetics now getting that move done fairly easy. Codfish does seem to be struggling quite a fair bit actually, and Maz has fallen way off Fatality. Fatality is flying at the moment, and it does look like NUF1 might be looking to make the move on Fingerplay very, very soon. Well, so soon, it's now, and he's going to go for the outside. He's going to have that move done by the hairpin, and that is that. Fingerplay down into P4. NUF1 trying to recover what was lost at the very start with a very, very cautious start. And up into P3. We'll be looking to gain on Maz now and possibly try and attack the McLaren of Fatality if possible. Shadders doing very well as well, sat in the middle of this pack here. Obviously, it does seem like Streams is actually dropping off the back of Kurtboy now, and will be under attack very soon by the two drivers behind. Fatality going with 39.686. Yeah, I do need another drink. Wow. Oh, we've got Ryan Van Doom though making a move on Shad as he's sending it down the inside again. He's going to have that move done though, placing that car in the middle. Just in front of the car. Jonesy and Mr. Icebreaker now doing battle. Oh yeah, Mr. Icebreaker is disconnected. Ryan Van Doom basically cutting that corner. That is going to be a warning if I've ever seen one. But Shadow's going down the inside, just being left enough room by Ryan Van Doom. And it does look like Ryan Van Doom is going to have that move done. But Ryan Van Doom outbraking himself a little bit there. But yeah, just about managing to keep it ahead of the Alfa Romeo driver. But obviously, well, Codfish is now out of the race in the pits. It does seem like he has retired the car he's retired the car in the pits, and that is our second DNF of the race. But yeah, it does very much look like Ice Dreams and Ryan Van Doom are now going to do battle. And Ice Dreams is going to try go down the outside, but it does look like he had a little bit of lag there. And Shadders tried to put it down the inside. Shadders will kick in eventually when he does get... Oh, we want that and that. There we go. When he does eventually... well, the softs eventually die out, which is not too long, I wouldn't have thought. It is a two-stop. and Fatality going even quicker once again. He is on another level compared to everyone else today, and just flying. Let's move Maestro and Andy Liu now going doing battle, and move Maestro having wing damage. Andy Liu with none. Move Maestro seems to be struggling a fair bit around here today. A bit more of a technical track than what we've seen him in the past. Obviously still learning the bases of the game, and hopefully we can see him improving week on week, and maybe battling in this mid pack at some point in the next game. But moving on to Ice Streams, though, only 6 temps off the back of Ryan Van Doom, and it does look like, well, breaking a lot earlier than Shadders. I keep calling them Shedders for some reason. Here we go, Shadders and Multi-Barrack. Multi-Barrack and Ashvin. Ashvin now under the attack of Multi, and Multi gonna be sending it down the inside. There's a bit of contact there, and a bit of an end play going off the back of Multi. A bit, I would say, of an optimistic move by Multi, and it does seem to have not paid off. Shadows stuck to his lineman. They've both lost a position to Ashvin. Ashvin very opportunistically taking that move and moving up 2 positions up into P8. But yeah, it does seem to be spreading out a little bit at the moment. I wouldn't mind seeing a safety car very soon, because we'll get everyone close together, as Multi is now into the pits, and we'll be repairing that front wing. Oh, my neck. As we've got Energetic, so all over the back of Fozzie Bear. He is looking very, very dangerous at the moment. He could be really going for this, but he has made a mistake, and now it looks like Jonesy could be all over the... Oh, sorry, pardon me. As Jonesy could be all over the back, as Move Maestro is in the pits again, picking up a 5-second penalty. Not ideal for himself, but obviously, as long as he gets through this race, he could be doing quite well for himself. But obviously there's a freeway battle going on around here now, and we could be seeing an overtake very, very soon, as Fozzie Bear is now massively under attack by Energetics. Energetics is going to fly by, and I think that is that move pretty much done before anything else could even really, well, before Fozzie could even defend that. As the next up for Fozzie now is to defend from Jonesy coming through. God. But yeah, no. Fatality's flying at the moment. Looking very, very comfortable out in front. And yeah, Shadows is now under immense pressure now by Energetics. Very, very quickly has fallen off the back of everyone else. I think must have some minor damage, because he has dropped off everyone and lost so much pace. And yeah, won't be happy with the way this has gone so far, but it does look like there might be a little bit of team orders going on there, and Energetics just cruised on by the Alfa Romeo driver, and he's up into P9 at the moment, and Shadows is now on the defense of Fozzie Bear and Jonesy. Jonesy is on the back of this four-man train of DRS. Jonesy looking like he wants to make a move here, and yeah, he's getting very close to the back of Fozzie Bear. Envoy picking up a 3-second time penalty, the second penalty of today. But it does look like Jonesy is all over the back, wants to make this moves on Fozzie Bear, and it could happen very, very soon. Streams is actually going side by side, making that move, but I do need to sit on board with these guys, as Jonesy could be making a move into the hairpin. He's decided against it. He's going to sit in behind at the moment, and it does look like he's dropped off a little bit on the exit, but yeah, these guys could be stuck there for a little while. Energetics now pulling away a little bit from Shadows. He'll be hoping possibly to get himself out of out of a second of the Alfa Romeo just behind very, very soon. And he's already done that, actually. So Shadis is massively struggling either on tyres or just on general race pace around this track, because he is falling off very, very dramatically at the moment. But it does look like Fozzie Bear and Jonesy are going to be doing battle very, very soon, as Jonesy is going to be the later of the two breakers as well. And he's going to gain right up to the back of this McLaren. He could be going for this at any second, looking like he's got a much tighter run. Fozzie Bear not with the best run out, and here we go. Jonesy could be on the attack at right now. Here we go. Is he going to make the move? Is he going to make the lunge going down? And here we go. He's going to tuck right in and refuse that move there, but I guess he's going to go for it coming on out of the second mushroom. And yeah, see what he can do. Move me through, picking up a 3-second time penalty now. Very much struggling coming around this track. But here we go. Jonesy is going to make this move, coming onto this back straight. It looks like it's definitely going to be done before the hairpin. Fozzie Bear going for the defensive line, but not being able to do anything, obviously. As the DRS is so long and so strong around this track, it kind of revokes any sort of proper racing if you just wait for the DRS and you can just cruise past someone. It's kind of silly, but yeah, not much we can really do about it. Kurt Boy attack pit in this lap. Yeah, I do think we'll be seeing, yeah, that is the last of the soft runners actually pitting now. It does look like we haven't really got any battles going on at the moment. Oh my god, and he's overtaken him in the pits. And there we go. These two are going to be actually the closest. We almost have a second gap between absolutely everyone at the moment, and it's not making life that easy. But it does look like Ryan Van Doom and Fingerplay are going to get through. Oh my, wait a minute. Fatality's made a mistake, a very, very big mistake, and that has put him down into P4 with major wing damage. If we could get a replay of that, I wish we could. And this is what I'm on about, but Fatality has made a mistake from 5 seconds in the lead, and now he's in P4. We'll have to pit this lap, because that wing damage is severe. Now, Maz is leading this race at the moment, but obviously NUF1 is going to smell that victory now and possibly go on the attack even more so. But we could be on for a battle now, as Fatality has actually just... It's very unfortunate. I don't know how he's lost it there. Maybe tyres wearing, but yeah, this is going to cost him a lot of time. Maybe to put him out of contention for the win if there is no safety car. Look at the amount of time he's losing. Ashvin now going to be coming around the outside of him and moving those Mercs up into a 3 and 4 position. These guys do need to be careful. There we go. Energetics now not getting into any contact, but Fatality is going to be so annoyed with himself with the way this has gone. Maz now taking the pit, avoiding, I guess, the battle with NUF1, and going to be coming into the pits. One of the earliest stoppers of everyone else, but obviously the medium soft for him it's going to be. And I see where that's going to take him out of the pits. That is going to put him out just behind Jonesy. And we could be having a little bit of a battle going on here now. And see how long it takes Maz to try and launch an overtake on the Renault driver. Is he just going to go for it straight away? Or is he going to sit in behind? Obviously, the more time he sits behind the Renault driver on these Warns mediums, it is going to cost him. Now, he's going to have the DRS onto the back straight, and I do believe it's just going to get done quite easily here, as I would assume Jonesy isn't really going to fight it, and Maz is just going to cruise on by. Here we go. Is it going to be done before the DRS? Yes, there we go, and that is that done. Maz getting quite cleanly through on the Renault driver. Go now. He's got Shadows up next for him. This is the only problem with pitting early, is he's got so many cars to get through. And obviously the undercut. Will NUF1 respond? He will. He's coming into the pits this lap, and he's going to try and cut off this undercut. Obviously, the only difference is Maz has had DRS, and it will be interesting to see where these two come out in comparison to each other. Maz is all over the back of Shadders, and Shadders is going for another lap. Now this could be pivotal in terms of the race result, because well, here we go. NUF1 is exiting the pit slowly now. Is he going to be able to get out in front, or is Maz going to keep it? It looks like Maz is going to keep out in front. Here we go. Up to speed now, and NUF1 is going to come out behind Maz now on one lap older. So the undercut did keep him safe for another lap. Now he's got to get this Alfa Romeo out of the way as quick as possible, but NUF1 is not messing around. He is going for it. iStreams has been disqualified from the session, I would assume, for stopping on the track. I'm not quite sure why. He's gone now. But NUF1 is going to be on the attack of the Racing Point. This is for the lead.